The topic of our study is Clouds of Words as a Didactic Tool in Literal Education of Primary School Children. The development of modern education is directly related to the informatization of society. Currently, the effectiveness of the teacher is impossible without the skillful use of internet resources in the educational process, the use of various services for learning. The use of information and communication technologies is rapidly becoming important, especially those that allow the teacher to develop tasks aimed at developing the cognitive interest of students, their activity in the learning process. Among such technologies, the cloud of words is becoming popular, which helps to increase the productivity of the lesson, students' interest in completing tasks, developing their critical thinking and creativity. Word clouds can be successfully used in the implementation of the leading tasks of literary reading in primary school. Mastering the techniques of structural, semantic, and figurative analysis of the task, a development of figurative, critical, logical thinking and speech, formation of skills of critical use of media products, development of imagination and ability to express oneself in different types of literary and creative activity, to express oneself and communicate with others with the help of one's own media products. The purpose of this article is to substantiate the prospects of using the word cloud as a didactic tool in the literary education of primary school children, organizing and testing the effectiveness of reading activities of primary school children by activating students' work with visualized keywords in the weighted list. To achieve this goal, it is necessary to solve the following tasks. To analyze scientific source on the problem of using the word cloud in education, characterize the possibilities of using the word cloud in working with younger students in reading lessons, to check the effectiveness of reading activities of primary school students, provided that the work with the word cloud is intensified. We have analyzed several studies that focus on the use of the word cloud in education and provide an appropriate understanding of how the didactic tool contributes to the effectiveness of learning. Franchuk and Litvinova characterize the features of the cloud-based learning environment. Damnitskaya considered in its study cloud-based platforms, tools, and services. Among the advantages of cloud platforms, the researcher notes the possibility of teamwork, synchronization, and accessibility. Shayna has developed guidelines for the use of smart boards in primary school lessons. Shustakova researched the problem of forming students' cognitive activity by means of Google services. Ram, Belousova, and Zhityanova consider cloud services as an effective visualization tool. Researchers Makhachashvili, Kovpik, Bakhtina, and Shmeltsa consider the technology of visualization, the text of poetry using emicon symbols on the Emoji Maker platform. Godwin-Jones believes that web browsing and reading should be complemented by the ability to sort, navigate, and think critically. The author considers the means, tools, services, and approaches to teach, create, and convert text on the internet, as well as the opportunities for language learning. Many teachers are actively using cloud technologies in their work. Teachers' forums are actively discussing the use of cloud technologies in the classroom, which indicates the urgency of the problem and its practical significance. Second task, characterize the possibilities of using the word cloud in working with younger students in reading lessons. Within the framework of this problem, a research was conducted to study the possibility of using the word cloud as a means of activating the analytical thinking of younger students in the process of reading. Based on the state requirements provided by standard educational programs, several tasks with a cloud of words for students of third and fourth grades of primary school were developed for the introduction of the subject literary reading. 5 topics from literary reading were selected, which relate to the study of various genres of fiction works of children's literature and the study of parameers. In the distance learning process, students worked with word clouds from home computers, tablets, and smartphones during online lessons, adhering to the standard requirements for such work by younger students. Clouds of words printed on paper were used as didactic material to work in the classroom. During the study of epic words, word clouds were created in accordance with the tasks. The formation of skills in younger students to find in the text words, expressions, sentences that are key to understanding the text. Characteristics. Independently determined the theme of the work and the main idea with the help of visual media products. Correlate the main idea of what is read with the title, proverb, and illustrations. Students were asked to consider a cloud of words that visualize the key words of the text to translate the work of art, interpretation of the main idea, the characteristics of the artistic image. Unlike in any text, students must activate the creative imagination. Keywords will help one to easily remember and reproduce the content of a work of art. In order to test the effectiveness of the use of the word cloud in reading lessons in third and fourth grades of primary school on the basis of reading competence of primary school students, one has determined criteria, indicators, and levels of testing the results of experimental research. The structure of reading competence, according to Vashilenko, was taken as a basis, which identified the following components: cognitive, which includes semantic perception, mental processing, and interpretation of what is read; communicative, speech development, which is determined by the coherence, content, and imagery of speech; accuracy and appropriateness of the use of language in creating an artistic image; the ability to talk about what is read, to create their own statements on the content of what is read; value, understanding of social, moral, and ethical values reflected in literature; activity, analysis of the work, the ability to think outside the box, to enter into a dialogue with the author or hero; personal and creative, motivation for literary and creative activities. To check the effectiveness of reading activities of primary school students, provided the work with the word cloud is intensified. Research of reading activity of junior school children with the use of word cloud were conducted in the Kiev Gymnasium of Oriental Languages No. 1. Pupils of third and fourth grades of primary school took part. Comparison of the results of reading activities of experimental class and control class students are shown in the table. This study confirmed the effectiveness of the visualized content of the work in the form of the weighted list of keywords. The authors investigated the use of the service in the lesson of literary reading during the organization of reading activities in the following areas: in the cloud of words to inscript the topic of the lesson, using the cloud as visual material or as basic information to explain new material, inscript certain words from the text in the cloud, students tasked to guess the work, create a cloud of words of positive and negative characters of the work, write a story on the topic, create an inscriptive postcard to the writer or hero of the work. In the course of experimental work, the effectiveness of the use of the didactic tool in the lessons of literary reading in primary school during the analysis of texts in order to identify the most important associations of students was confirmed. The use of cloud services in reading lessons during the organization of reading activities has several advantages: formation of the ability to work with media products, development of communication skills, creative approach. Methodological advantages: expanding the possibilities of providing educational information, creating heuristic conditions for organizing the study of a work of art. Activation of creative thinking processes, promotion of its diversions, in particular originality, initiative, ingenuity of junior school children. Development of creative activity of students, which is determined by the ability to generate ideas, discover new ones. The opportunity to involve in the analysis of the work of art the maximum number of students, increase productivity and efficiency of reading activities of primary school children. Development of cognitive interests, strengthening the motivation of reading, creating a positive mood and a situation of success in the lesson of literary reading, ease of demonstration on the website or in the blog, printed as didactic material on interactive whiteboards, etc. The study tested the use of the electronic resource word art in primary school, a site for creating a word cloud, and proved its effectiveness in reflection, as well as creating an image of the main idea of the lesson. General conversation uses didactic material. A word cloud, or a visual reproduction of a list of words of a certain topic on one common image, allows one to create a situation of success in a lesson, to intensify the work of all participants in the educational process, promotes better learning. The authors of the article see prospects for future research in the development of didactic materials for literary reading for students at the new Ukrainian school with the use of the word cloud, finding opportunities for the use of cloud technologies in the language and literally of primary education. Thank you for your attention.